Riding Hood.
A long, long time ago in a faraway town, there lived a sweet and adorable little girl named Red Riding Hood. Her grandma gifted the little girl a beautiful red hooded cloak on her last birthday.
This is so pretty! Thank you, Grandma!
Oh, the little girl loved the gift so much that she would wear it everywhere she would go. And so everyone began to fondly call her Red Riding Hood. One afternoon, they got to know that Grandma is not so well. Immediately, Mom made delicious hot chicken soup and fresh bread for Grandma. Mom packed the food in a small basket and gave it to Red Riding Hood. Keep in mind, Red, as you walk in the forest, do not loiter around and keep walking on the main path only. Do not talk to strangers along the way.
Yes, Mom. I promise to go straight to Grandma's house. Bye-bye.
Singing a merry tune, Little Red Riding Hood was passing through the woods with a basket for her grandmother. Uh-oh, the wonderful aroma coming from her basket roused a wolf who was sleeping under a tree.
A delicious little girl. But where is she headed to? Well, hello there, little missy. Care to share some of your food with me?
So sorry, Mr. Wolf, but I cannot give you the food. This chicken soup is for my sick grandma who lives in her tiny cottage all alone. But wait, I can surely give you this apple.
The grandma lives all alone. I will eat up the old woman first and then eat this little girl. I must act craftily so as to catch them both. Wait a minute, Missy. I know what can make your sick grandma healthy again.
Really? What is it? Please tell me.
Those strawberries over there contain magical powers. If you give some to your grandma, she'll recover soon.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, mister. I'll go pick some right away.
Nice. Now let me head towards Grandma's house.
While Little Red Riding Hood was busy picking up strawberries for her grandma, the nasty wolf hurried towards Grandma's cottage. He had decided to gobble up Grandma, followed by Little Red, the moment she would come to the cottage. The wolf reached Grandma's cottage and found Grandma peacefully sleeping in her bed.
Look at her sleeping so peacefully.
Who is it? Why have you come here?
To eat you and your granddaughter.
What? Get out of this place! Singing a merry tune, Red Riding Hood reached Grandma's cottage. But as soon as she went inside, she was baffled to see her grandma. She went towards Grandma and asked,
Oh, goodness. What big eyes you have, Grandma.
All the better to see you with, my sweet girl.
What a deep voice you have, Grandma.
All the better to greet you with, my child.
And what big hands you have.
All the better to hug you with.
Huh? Why is your mouth so large?
All the better to eat you with.
After gobbling up Grandma and Red Riding Hood, the big bad wolf fell asleep on the bed and began to snore loudly. A woodcutter who was passing by Grandma's house paused as he heard the startling snoring coming from inside. Sensing that something was not right, the woodcutter headed toward the cottage.
Oh heavens! This sly wolf is sleeping on Grandma's bed. Why is his stomach rumbling this way? Huh! Oh no! I think the wolf has gobbled up Grandma. Let me teach this sly wolf a good lesson.
Woodcutter cut open the wolf's stomach, and out came Grandma and Red Riding Hood. Woodcutter placed a large stone inside the wolf's stomach, and Grandma quickly sewed up the stomach.
Oh, Grandma, I was so scared. This bad wolf didn't harm you, right?
My sweet child, I am all right, and I'm really happy to see you safe and sound. Thank you so much, young man. 3 of them hid themselves outside the cottage and waited for the wolf to wake up. The wolf finally got up from his deep sleep. However, he was feeling extremely thirsty.
Why is my stomach so heavy?
The wolf couldn't hold up the weight of the heavy rock in his stomach, and he soon slipped into the river and drowned immediately.
Bye-bye, big bad wolf.
Little Red Riding Hood promised her grandma to never talk to strangers again. She also thanked the woodcutter with all her heart. Later, all 3 of them had lots of fun together, and they also enjoyed eating the delicious cake baked by Grandma.
Thank you for saving me and my grandma, Mr. Woodcutter.
Hansel and Gretel story. Once upon a time, at the edge of a dense forest, there lived a poor woodcutter with his wife and 2 loving children named Hansel and Gretel. The woodcutter truly loved and cared for his children, but their stepmother was unkind to them. "Ugh! When will I get rid of these children?" One day, when the kids were playing in their room, the woodcutter's wife said, "We have very little money left with us, and we cannot go on like this." I have an idea. Let us leave the kids in the forest."
What? Forest? But...
Their stepmom had decided that as soon as the woodcutter would leave for the market, she would take the children and leave them in the forest.
Huh?
On hearing his stepmom's plan, Hansel was heartbroken. But then he quickly came up with a bright idea. Clever Hansel crept out of the house and stuffed his little purse with as many shiny pebbles as he could get.
With the help of these shiny pebbles, we'll definitely find our way back home.
The next day, as soon as the woodcutter left for the market, the stepmother took the children to the forest. As they were walking, Hansel began dropping the shiny pebbles on the road.
My little darling ones, you look so tired. Why don't you wait here while I go and get some juicy fruits for you both?
Day turned into night, but Hansel and Gretel's stepmother did not return.
I'm really scared.
Don't worry, Gretel. We will find our way home with the help of the shiny pebbles.
Both the kids were extremely scared, but the shiny pebbles safely led them back home. How did they come back? A few days later, the stepmother told the kids, "Kids, let's have some fun in the woods."
Today I will take these kids way too deep inside the forest that they will not be able to find their way back. Come on, get ready quickly. I have packed a picnic basket for us. Hansel and Gretel were sure that their stepmom would abandon them again in the dense forest. Gretel was very scared, but Hansel comforted her. He sneakily took a loaf of bread from the basket, and as they walked, he dropped a trail of breadcrumbs along the road. But unfortunately for the kids, the birds ate up all the breadcrumbs.
Now the kids had no clue how to go back home.
Hansel, I am so scared.
Don't cry, Gretel. Nothing will happen to us. We will surely go back home.
Hansel and Gretel walked through the woods in search of their home. To their surprise, the kids came across a house that was made of candies and chocolates. Hansel and Gretel attacked the candy house and feasted on cookies and chocolates wholeheartedly.
The chocolate is so delicious.
While Hansel and Gretel gorged on the yummy treats, little did they know what danger was ahead. Suddenly, the door opened and a strange old lady emerged from the house and said,
Come inside the house, sweet kids. Be my guests. I have more treats stored inside the house.
The old lady was a vicious sorceress. Both kids were trapped inside the house, and they didn't know what they should do.
Now I'll lock you in a cage and gobble you up later. And you, little girl, start scrubbing the floor and wash those dirty dishes right away.
While the sorceress was busy preparing the magical potion in her big cauldron, Gretel got a brilliant escape plan. Without making any noise, Gretel slowly moved forward, and before the sorceress could turn back, Gretel quickly pushed her into the cauldron. As the sorceress drowned inside the big cauldron, her magic ended as well. Gretel was so happy to see Hansel free from the cage.
Wow, look at all these shiny gold coins. We can take some and give it to our father.
Hansel and Gretel went looking for their house again, and this time they finally reached their house. As soon as they reached home, their father welcomed them with open arms. Their stepmother apologized to both Hansel and Gretel for her mean behavior. Kids handed over the gold coins to their father happily, and all of them lived happily in their tiny cottage from then on.
Rapunzel story.
Once upon a time, there lived a man in his lovely house with his beautiful wife. They were soon expecting a little bundle of joy. In front of their house, there was a very huge mansion. Splendid Rapunzel herbs grew in the mansion's garden. But no one dared to go there as this mansion belonged to a sorceress named Gothel. One fine morning, the wife was feeling extremely anxious and was unable to eat anything. So in order to get some fresh air, the wife went towards the balcony. Darling, look at that baby.
Indeed, That's an adorable baby.
The wife was completely mesmerized by the baby and the little kids playing around. Soon her gaze fell on fresh and crisp Rapunzel leaves in front of her big mansion. Wow, those Rapunzel leaves look so fresh and crisp. I wish to have those leaves as salad for dinner tonight. When the husband heard his wife's wish, he panicked and tried to convince her against her wish.
My dear wife, those Rapunzel leaves belong to the vile sorceress Gothel. It is impossible to go there.
The husband tried his best to lure his beloved wife with other sweet treats, but the wife was adamant and demanded Rapunzel leaves from him.
Sweetheart, please try to understand.
Please try to understand. I strongly desire those leaves. Unable to see his wife's tears, loving husband agreed to fulfill her wish. Husband approached the sorceress and asked her to lend him some Rapunzel leaves. Oh, how headstrong that sorceress was, for she denied to give him even a single leaf. But the husband was not going to take no for an answer, as he knew how his wife craved those Rapunzel leaves, so he decided to steal those Rapunzel leaves. When it was late in the night, the young man sneaked into the mansion and quickly began to pluck those Rapunzel leaves.
Rapunzel leaves, fresh and crisp, only for my darling wife.
Wife made herself a nice salad from Rapunzel leaves and ate it to her heart's content.
How did you dare come into my garden and steal my Rapunzel leaves?
Oh, please, forgive me, Gothel. My pregnant wife saw those leaves and she craved for it desperately.
Listening to the pleading husband, Gothel's mind began to weave a nasty plan. With a wicked smile on her face, she said, "Fine, but in one condition. You must give me your child."
No, I can't do that.
No. If you do not give me the child, then the consequences would be terrible. No.
Threatened by Gothel's warning, the husband finally agreed to Gothel's demand. The moment their baby was born, the couple tried to flee the town and escape from Gothel.
We need to leave as soon as possible, else Gothel will snatch our baby from us!
No, please don't do this! Gothel carefully looked at the baby and decided a name for her.
Rapunzel, that will be your name, for those were the leaves that your mother craved for.
Gothel took very good care of the baby as if her own.
Years had passed and the little baby grew to be the most beautiful girl under the care of Gothel. Her long hair was as magnificent as spun gold. One day, when Gothel was brushing Rapunzel's beautiful long hair, an old man appeared in their room. This old man was a great magician, and was, in fact, Gothel's master.
My dear ladies, it is now time for both of you to come and live in my splendid tower. Gothel, it is about time that I rest my old bones and relax for a while. So take good care of this tower. But I warn you, Gothel, if you do not take good care of my tower, you will have to face my wrath.
Master, do not worry. I promise to take good care of your tower. Gothel told Rapunzel that she needs to go to market. Rapunzel couldn't help but wonder how Gothel was planning to get down from his huge tower. Rapunzel, the very instant I return, I'll shout loud. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Immediately, you must let down your hair for me to climb back to the tower. Okay. Rapunzel would entertain herself by singing beautiful songs for herself as she spent her time alone in the huge tower.
Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you.
I wonder who is singing this beautiful song.
Are you?
It looks like the sound is coming from that tower.
Hiding behind a tree, Prince was enjoying Rapunzel's song. Suddenly, he saw Gothel calling out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. The next day, when Gothel had gone out, Rapunzel was engrossed singing a merry tune.
Roses are red.
Suddenly, she heard a loud voice.
Violets are blue.
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
As soon as the beautiful tresses cascaded down, Prince held onto it and climbed up the tall tower.
Hey, please do not be scared. Think of me as your good friend. Your melodious voice is what brought me here.
Cute.
Young lady, what keeps you in this tall, mysterious tower?
The tower belongs to a great magician who appointed Gothel as the caretaker of this tower. He also warned her that if she won't take good care of the tower, she would have to face his wrath. Gothel is not my mother. She snatched me from my parents when I was just a little baby. She's been taking care of me and my hair ever since.
Took care of you? But didn't she snatch you from your real parents?
Yes, with the help of my hair, she climbs up and down this tower. That's the reason I'm trapped in this tall tower.
Take my word, my lady. I will rescue you from here.
With a promise to rescue her from the tall tower, Prince climbed down with a smile on his face. Oh, but little did they know that Gothel had seen the prince sneaking out of the tower. You ungrateful child! I thought I kept you away from the rest of the world. But no, you've betrayed me. Gothel punished Rapunzel by taking her to a barren desert and abandoned her there so that no one would ever find her. Unaware of what had transpired between Gothel and Rapunzel, the prince visited the tower and called out.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
But to his horror, Prince was greeted by the dangerous sorceress Gothel.
Here there. I know you've come for Rapunzel, but she does not live here anymore.
Gothel pushed the prince from the tall tower, badly injuring him. Yet the brave prince gathered his soldiers and went looking for Rapunzel. The prince looked for Rapunzel throughout the kingdom, in the deserts, fields, and forests. Finally, while traveling through the desert, he heard the song that Rapunzel would sing all the time. The prince and his guards began destroying the tall tower, which Gothel was supposed to take care of. Gothel tried her best to stop the guards from ruining the tower, but it was all in vain. The magician appeared there and could not behold his tower getting destroyed. Boiling with anger, the magician punished Gothel and left the place. The prince reunited Rapunzel with her parents, and they lived happily ever after.